Hi, I'm Chuck the Movie Guy, high atop New York City with a look at the biggest blockbuster this year, King Kong. The human star of King Kong is Naomi Watts, and we got to sit down and talk to her about this amazing film.
And lo, the beast looked upon the face of beauty, and beauty stayed his hand, and from that day forward, he was as one dead.
Sure. I was going to bring in tennis balls to see if you actually could juggle from your vaudeville days on screen.
Oh yeah, I can juggle.
Yeah, I was wondering because with a giant ape, is she really juggling, or are those those balls in her hands? What's the truth? Tell us.
It's not me.
I was going to say.
It's those clever guys in the effects.
You know what tipped me off? It wasn't the juggling. It was when you were leaning over and juggling. I'm thinking something's not right.
Yeah, no,
here.
I was just doing the great hand movements, which is also hard, actually.
Oh, really? Making it look real. You're so for your craft. One of the things here is there's a bittersweet moment, which I totally in the beginning of the movie with Manny. In the vaudeville days, and I thought that was so sweet. And I was wondering, have you had a mentor like Manny in this?
Sure. I mean, there are many people who you sort of create as your mentors who give you great advice and then they tell you they're not going to be there for you anymore. Yeah, it's upsetting, and I think that was a great setup for Anne now in the jungle and understanding Kong and who he is and she can connect with that
giant
loneliness.
beast. And quite frankly, I think Anne is a little nuts because some of the things she does in the movie, like climbing, I'm like, oh, please,
Yeah.
But did you ever think that you're like, I don't think I should take this role because it's been done twice before and such legendary.
Yes,
before.
exactly. Yeah, I definitely, that came up and it made me nervous and, they're big shoes to fill, both Faye's and Jessica's. But, the things that fear you are quite good to combat. So
that was it? It was just fear? I mean, it's a pretty big role to fill.
Yeah,
and you didn't have to be convinced.
What's that?
You didn't have to be convinced.
Oh yeah, no. But when I had my first initial meeting with Peter, he just told me the things that he wanted to do and change it up a bit and make it its own thing. And it didn't take much convincing.
Are you putting trust in the name Peter Jackson, or because of his history or so forth? Because there is nothing going on around you, and
except for Andy Serkis, which is quite a lot.
How does that help you? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. He came to the set so prepared. He'd already done so much work, and so we connected almost instantly, we both talked about it, like, okay, this is really absurd, but it's really important, and so let's just go there. And occasionally we get the giggles and think this is a bit ridiculous.
So are you always looking at like the retake or the playback, or are you one of those people that don't?
Yeah, we did that. We did that as quite often, actually.
And you know what's going on around you because somebody's telling you? Or?
Yeah, Peter would talk you through it. He's been doing it for so many years now that it's a well-oiled machine, and he just has so many great tools that will help you, and one of them being these things called previs, which are animated storyboards, and that gives you a sense of the whole scene and the scale, and over there is a 20,000-foot drop off a cliff. Over there is the T-Rex coming to, and then he's also on his megaphone talking you through it. So
I was amazed by this film. Thank you so much.